Tonight on the House of Grym.
Put the mask on now. Put the mask on now.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, there is nothing wrong with the projection. But you can't share the shock until you have the miracle movie mask. At showings of this motion picture, each patron will receive his own miracle movie mask. But let's watch the scene again. Then you will lift your mask as he lifts his, and you will look through it with him into the weirdest nightmare world that man has ever dreamed, or the screen has ever dared show. The new realm of horror that can only be seen through the mask. Here to tell you more is the supreme authority on all things weird, initiate of the strange and mysterious, the world's greatest connoisseur and collector of masks, Mr. Jim Moran.
I have seen wonders. I've traveled to the remotest corners of the globe, to dead cities, through savage jungles, to the inner sanctums of esoteric cults, the temples of exotic rituals, to tombs and caverns and palaces. The result? The most comprehensive collection of masks in the world. Some are works of art, some are astounding and horrifying, but nowhere in all my travels have I found a mask so absolutely remarkable as this mask, the Miracle Movie Fright Mask, the mask that you will be invited to put on when you see the motion picture called The Mask. This is the mask that will open your eyes to such things as man has never dared imagine. The mask that will make you part of the sensations of the most staggering experience of your life. But be warned, the things that you will see when you put on this mask will surely take you to the very limits of your nerves and to the very boundary line of sanity.
Good evening, and welcome once again to the House of Grym. I'm Grym, your horrifying but humble host, and purveyor of treats, not tricks this year, as we present the film that's widely considered as Canada's first 3D horror film, The Mask. Paul Stevens stars as Dr. Allan Barnes, who receives a mask from a patient who mailed it off to him just before offering himself. But will Barnes ignore the power of the mask, or will he fall victim to the lure of the mask, like so many before him? Claudette Nevins, Bill Walker, and Leo Layden co-star in tonight's film, which features its dream sequences in 3D. Whatever you hear on this film's soundtrack, put on the mask now. Put on your 3D glasses. It's that simple. And now part 1 of The Mask, here on the House of Grym.
My name is Jim Moran. I have just returned from a trip around the world collecting strange and unusual masks. I think it's safe to say I'm something of an authority on rare masks. Festival masks, drama and religious masks, dance masks, and death masks from ancient tombs. A man's desire to change his face, to assume a strange or frightening disguise, to impersonate his gods, or to frighten devils, is a desire older than the history of language. I've seen masks unearthed from the ruins of crumbling tombs, and masks hanging in exotic temples to ward off evil spirits. But nowhere in all my travels have I seen anything to compare to the power of this mask and the horrible curse it bears. This is the mask around which our story revolves. And I can tell you that even though I'm not superstitious, I wouldn't put it on for all the wealth of the Indies. This mask was part of an ancient ritual, so unearthly, so terrifying it has been wiped out of the memory of man. Still, it is a thing of evil. Still, the dreadful power clings to this mask. You in this theater are especially privileged to join in seeing the terrifying sights that can only be seen through the mask. Each of you has been given a mask. When you see the mask put on in the picture, you put yours on too. Then you will share an adventure into the darkest, hidden recesses of the human mind. You will see dread and secret desires lurking in that darkness. You will see things never before seen on any screen. Soon, you will meet Dr. Allan Barnes, who meets his other self when he puts on the mask. Then you will begin to follow the threads that weave themselves into this gripping story. Soon you will see him put on the mask. Remember, when he puts on his mask, you put on yours. It is the beginning of the ancient and forbidden ritual of the mask.
No, please, please. I've told you, Mr. Layden. The doctor will be with you shortly.
Could you call him again, please, and tell him that I'm here?
I can't disturb him while he has a patient. You know that, Mr. Layden.
Hello, Michael. Why'd you come in? Sit down, Michael.
You deliberately kept me waiting up there, didn't you?
Of course I did, Michael. Your face, what happened to you?
I don't know. It was there when I woke up this morning. It happened again last night.
What happened again last night?
It's no use talking to you.
All right, Michael.
I don't know, it's like so mixed up. It's like a nightmare. I remember a girl, and my hands were on her throat. I think I killed her.
Can you tell me anything more about this dream?
What about these? Did they happen in a dream?
They could have been self-inflicted while you were asleep.
Can't you understand this is not just another case of neurosis or psychosis? This is a living nightmare. And you don't want to help me.
Michael, of course I want to help you. But you have to help too.
I'm cursed. I am cursed. Something you don't seem to be able to understand.
Michael, you are a scientist. Now, is it scientific to jump to the conclusion that these nightmares are caused by a curse? Perhaps these nightmares are caused by some deeper emotional conflict.
I need help. I'm like an addict. It's as if I were being hypnotized.
Hypnotized? Well, who is hypnotizing you?
The mask.
Mask? But what mask? How does it hypnotize you? Exactly what is this mask?
The mask is to blame. You're just not aware of its power.
You tell me more about it. But, Michael, remember, it's not yet clear that the mask is responsible for the symptoms you describe. But even without the mask, you may continue having these nightmares. But let's start with the mask. Show it to me.
Why do you want me to show it to you?
Why not? If it's causing you all this anguish.
You want me to give it to you?
If you like.
You want it for yourself? You want it too?
What would I do with it?
You'd put it on. You'd find out. But don't worry, I won't let you have it.
Michael, I don't want the mask. But if you show it to me, we might see that the nightmares could come from within you, and not from the mask at all.
You don't believe me. I have told you the truth, and you don't believe me. The nightmares come from the mask. Doctor, you're a fool.
Michael. Michael. Michael, come back here.
What happened, Dr. Bond?
I'm worried about Mr. Layden. He's very disturbed.
Shall I call his parents?
No. No, I think not. Well, it's time you went home, Miss Goodrich. You let the doctor do the worrying.
All right. But I'm not that fragile, you know. You could do with some rest yourself. You look kind of tired, too.
Yes. Yes, it's been one of those 48-hour days.
Good night.
Good night.
Mrs. Kelly! Mrs. Kelly!
Stop shouting!
Mrs. Kelly!
What's going on in there?
Mrs. Kelly!
Yelling and shouting. Look at the place. Can't even keep it clean. With all them doodads.
I mailed this.
Well, I'm the landlady, not the postman.
I said mail it!
That's different. Thanks. See if you can't keep the place clean.
Yes.
Always trying to get me to do
Police lab. Yeah, he's here. Just a moment. It's for you. Dispatch office.
Thanks. Martin. Yup. Oh, yeah? Just a minute. Okay. Right, got it. We'll be right over. More trouble. Got the car. Right.
Another interesting case, huh?
They're always interesting. Matter of fact, we might have a little playmate for your friends down in the freezer. Calm down, will you please, Mrs. Kelly?
Terrible. He'll ruin me. The other tenants will move out. I shouldn't have let him in. He was trouble, him and his doodads and his ways.
Call morgue, will you, Bill?
Oh, this is awful. What will the neighbors say?
Try to calm down, will you please, Mrs. Kelly? We'll need your help.
Yes, Lieutenant. I'm sorry. Anything I can do.
What was his name?
Mr. Layden. Michael Layden. Poor soul. When he first came, he seemed like a nice, quiet sort of person, but I wouldn't have any other kind, you know. But then he turned, became very secretive. The last few weeks, he hardly even said good morning to anybody. Why, it was just yesterday that...
Did he have any friends or relatives?
No. Oh, I do know one thing. He worked for a kind of museum. He was a sort of professor there.
Now that checks. Pay stubs and uncashed checks. Museum of Ancient History.
That'll be all, thank you, Mrs. Kelly. We'll call if we need you. So
Look, Bill, take over here, will you? Sure. I think I'll go down to this museum, see what I can find out.
Right, I'll check this place over. If I can find anything in this junk pile.
I can't tell you how shocked I am at Michael's death. He had such a brilliant mind.
Dr. Soames, you're our only lead so far. I wonder if you could tell me something about Mr. Layden.
Yes, anything I know.
To begin with, did he have any problems or enemies?
None that I was aware of. You see, Michael was a brilliant archaeologist. Brought back some excellent finds. Sent back even better things when going it alone. But, as for his private life, I'm afraid I've no information.
Do you know what he was working on at home?
Of course, he was cataloging some of the finds from the Lamar dig.
He took objects home with him, did he?
Yes, now and again. Why do you ask?
Well, because we have to work on the possibility that what looks like suicide might not be. Now, something might have been stolen if there were objects there belonging to the museum. Possibly there was an object of great value. Now, maybe somebody knew that, and this could lead to murder.
Murder?
Dr. Soames, I'd like you to come with me to Layden's apartment. If there's anything missing, you might be able to spot it. It would certainly help speed up our investigation.
Yes, Lieutenant. Oh, just a moment. Now I'll just get the list. Yes. Here we are. After you, Lieutenant.
Thank you.
"3D films have always had a fickle relationship with the movie-going public, with some just loving it and others hating it and wanting nothing to do with it. But with fads, they leave and come back after a few years for another go-round with viewers. The golden age of 3D started out in 1952, but not with House of Wax. That was the first 3D feature by a major studio. The first 3D feature released was Wanted Devil late in that year. If you're wondering why 3D films exists, blame the newest threat to Hollywood at the time, television. Hollywood was trying to give moviegoers something that television couldn't, and 3D films fit the bill obviously. 3D films such as Fort Ty, Kiss Me Kate, It Came From Outer Space, Creature from the Black Lagoon, The French Line, which had the tagline, Jane Russell in 3D, Need We Say More, Hondo, Dial In for Murder, Revenge of the Creature, The Glass Web, and Robot Monster. The Three Stooges even got into the 3D act with the shorts Spooks and Pardon My Backfire. The 1950s 3D craze died out not due to audiences, but more with the technological side of presenting 3D films, like they needed to show two prints at once. If one of the prints became damaged, the repaired print had to match the other print exactly, or it would be out of sync during showings, which would cause problems with viewing by the audience, including eye strain and headaches. In rare occurrences, two projectionists had to man the projection booth in order to properly present the 3D film. By 1954, the 3D craze had died out and was replaced by CinemaScope, which slogan for the process was that it was the modern miracle you see without glasses. We'll talk about more about 3D films in the 60s and 70s later in the show. You're watching The House of Grym with The Mask. We'll be back in a moment. And by the way, put on your 3D glasses now.
Sam Cooper was on his way to the altar.
It's my wedding.
Well, then you have nothing to worry about. They can't start without you.
Until a secret formula altered his plans.
Anytime he wants, he can make himself invisible.
And got him mixed up with feds, reds, and killers.
Let's get him before he peels those clothes off.
Now, the first 3D action comedy is here. The Man Who Wasn't There.
You've turned into one of the best looking guys I've ever seen.
It has floating balls and obscene calls.
Don't make that sound, Walter. Oh, Walter, please.
Flying phones.
Who's there?
And erogenous zones.
Cindy, that's my nose.
Rubbish, Cooper, pure rubbish.
Screeches. And speeches.
Come on, let your eyes demand what your heart knows and understands.
It's got flying fists. And communists.
All power to the people!
Quick thinking.
Circle the block.
And heavy drinking. You'll see surprises.
He's good.
And disguises.
Ding dong.
Dopes.
You shoot them.
And telescopes.
What goes on here?
All right, now on to the next disaster.
There never was a man this mysterious.
No.
This delirious.
Whoa.
Or this hilarious.
I demand an explanation for all of this sick behavior.
Because there never was a man like the Man Who Wasn't There. Disappearing soon at a theater near you.
Welcome back to House of Grym with The Mask, as Lieutenant Martin tries to get to the bottom of Braden's death in the now missing mask.
There is something missing. A mask.
Mask? What kind of a mask?
It was an Indian ritual mask, very rare and beautiful. And completely worthless to someone who didn't know what it is. If someone took this, he knew what he was doing. Oh, it is a great archaeological find. Layden had taken it home several weeks ago for additional study.
Seems strange they'd allow a valuable object to leave the museum. How valuable was it?
Well, in dollars and cents, it was worth very little, but as a work of antiquity, of great interest to scholars, it was beyond price. But it may have had some other kind of value to someone.
You mean beyond a money value? Dr. Soames, this mask is starting to sound very interesting.
Lieutenant, I don't know how I'm going to tell you this, because I don't want to be accused of spreading old wives' tales, but there's a legend connected with this mask.
Yes, I can imagine. But surely, Dr. Soames, you don't believe in these legends in this day and age.
Lieutenant Martin, I'm not saying this is true or untrue. I'm merely giving you information about the legend of the mask.
I didn't mean any offense. Please go on.
Well, the legend states that in the wrong hands, this mask can do a great deal of harm. It can put the wearer in a hypnotic trance, make him do cruel and unnatural things.
That's quite a legend, Doctor. If I believed it, it would solve a lot of things. However, I'm a policeman, not an archaeologist.
I was talking to the policeman. The legend tells of rites connected with this mask, which are filled with human sacrifice. Now, suppose someone knew about this legend and believed it.
Do you know, Dr. Barnes? That name mean anything to you?
Should it? Has it some bearing on this case?
Probably not. We found his name amongst Layden's papers.
I knew how ill he was. I shouldn't have let him leave the office. I should have notified the police.
Why do you say that, Doctor?
He was very troubled. He was under tremendous pressures. It was hard to explain. He came to my office a few days ago with a story of having fallen under the influence of some ancient rite.
Involving a tribal mask?
Oh, yes. How did you know about that?
From the Museum of Ancient History, where he worked.
He had an obsession about that thing. He blamed it for visions, nightmares. And when he left this office, he was at a point where he couldn't tell the difference between his dreams and reality.
I wish you'd notified us. Anyway, the mask is now missing. Maybe stolen. It'd sure help if we knew where that mask was.
Well, I'm sure the museum would like it back. But I don't see how it would help in terms of Layden.
Well, if we had the mask, we could examine it, find out if somehow, some way, it could induce suicide. Or if somebody would commit murder in order to obtain it. You see, Doctor, before the department can close its file in this case, we have to be sure of exactly what happened.
I understand, Lieutenant. But my opinion, whatever it's worth, is that Layden killed himself, and I don't think the mask had anything to do with it.
Well, there's still the question of why the mask disappeared.
I'm afraid I can't help you there, Lieutenant. There's probably a very good logical reason, which will come out during the course of your investigation.
It'll probably turn up when somebody tries to pawn it. Well, I guess that's all. Thanks for your help, Doctor.
I only wish I'd been of more help to Layden earlier.
Well, goodbye.
Bye. Miss Goodrich, can you catch Lieutenant Martin? Is he still there?
No, I'm sorry, Doctor. He's gone. Is there anything?
No, that'll be all.
Then I'll be leaving. Oh, Miss Albright is waiting for you.
Send her right in, please.
Good evening, Dr. Barnes. Would you be interested in psychoanalyzing a girl who's madly in love with a doctor?
I'm not a very good doctor, I'm afraid.
What's the matter, Alan? What's wrong?
You're sweet, Pam. I lost a patient. Suicide.
I'm sorry.
It's all so involved. I'm not sure I understand all the elements myself. Look, now I have a package from this man. He must have mailed it just before he killed himself.
Horrible, for goodness sake. Unearthly.
Pam, look. There's also a letter with a mask.
There from the grave. It's Alan. Don't read it now.
Just take a few seconds. It may have some important information.
All right. You're the doctor. Look, I'll just run down to the store and pick up a few things we need for dinner.
Fine, you do that.
Not before I get a kiss.
Now will you get out of here?
Some kiss. I'm going to have to teach you a few things later on.
Dear Dr. Barnes, by the time you read this, I will be dead. You see, I prefer death to the horrible living nightmare that lies ahead of me.
I thought you could help. How could you? How could you know the living hell I was going through? Once I was a scholar. Now, I am like an animal, fleeing from my own nightmares, sleeping by day, prowling by night. And how about you, Dr. Barnes? Are you certain that just underneath the surface of your own mind there does not lurk a storm and fury waiting to be released? Are you willing to make the experiment, Doctor? You hold the key in your own hand. If you are not afraid, put the mask on now. Put the mask on now. Put the mask on now. Put the mask on now.
I don't know. I was examining this mask. I put it on. Pam, this mask reveals something I had never seen before. Something that must have been in my own mind. If this is true, it may be of tremendous importance to the world of psychiatry. Something known 3,000 years ago and lost to modern science.
Allan, tell me. Did your patient experiment with that thing before he died?
Yes. But he had no medical training. He was a fool. He had no idea what he was doing when he stole the mask.
You stole it?
He took it from the Museum of Ancient History. What difference does that make? It's mine now.
Yours. Allan, you have to return it.
I'm not going to return it. There's much to be learned here. Of man's most secret mind. Of a world that exists even deeper than the subconscious. Pam, you don't realize what this is.
Allan, I'm afraid. Something wrong with you. The case has been estranged.
Oh, Pam, leave me alone.
Allan, I want you to get help from someone. Someone you can trust.
Trust? There's no one I can trust. I know that now.
Allan, please. Go to see Professor Quincy. He was your teacher and he's your friend. Allan, I beg you.
I don't need anyone. I don't want you to tell anyone. No one. Do you hear? No one.
Allan, you're hurting me.
Pam. Look at it. Can't you feel it?
Feel what?
It's power.
I only see that it's ugly and cruel.
Can't you feel it pulling at you?
No, Allan.
It's ordering me to pick it up.
Look at me.
It's demanding I use it.
Look at me.
Now. Now.
No, I won't let you.
Well, despite Pam's best efforts to keep the mask out of Allan's hands, he now has the mask back, and also addicted to its power. But let's talk more about 3D films during the 60s. In the 60s, Art Oboler was trying to figure out how to present 3D films better. One way was to use only one film print with the right eye image and the left eye image printed one over and one under on the same frame. And using a special projector lens would properly combine the two images for theatrical presentation. This over-under process was dubbed Space Vision, and the first film the process was used with was The Bubble. It was a success as moviegoers ignored the critics and went to see the film. The second film to prove that 3D was still a worthwhile investment was the 1969 softcore film The Stewardesses, and along with it another new filming process, that of Stereovision, created by Chris Condon. Stereovision was another one film print process, but instead of over and under, this process used side-by-side images and of course a special lens to merge the two images together for projection. The combination of sex and 3D must have been a magic formula, as The Stewardesses became the highest grossing 3D film at the time and showed Hollywood that there was still life in 3D. But it wasn't the softcore film that really convinced Hollywood to get back into making 3D films, because Hollywood wasn't about to listen to profits from a film like that. What kind of film convinced Hollywood to start production on 3D films again? We'll find out when we get into the 80s later on in the show. The House of Grym will return in just a moment.
Weekends are a good time to escape to the woods. Unless the weekend begins with Friday the 13th. Because 13 is an unlucky number. But out here, so are 1 through 12. Because these are Jason's woods. And nobody leaves them alive. Friday the 13th, Part 3 in 3D. Jason, you can't fight him. You can't stop him. And now, you can't even keep him on the screen. Friday the 13th, Part 3 in 3D. Now, when it comes to killing in Jason's woods, Jason will come to you. Friday the 13th, Part 3 in 3D. A new dimension in terror. It will scare you. Count on it.
And now back to the masks, here on the House of Grym, and Lieutenant Martin's continuing investigation of Raiden's death. But will Pam help or hinder the case? Let's watch.
Miss Albright?
Yes.
I'm Lieutenant Martin, homicide. May I come in?
Of course. This way.
Very nice.
Thank you. Please sit down. I'll just put these things away. I won't be a minute. Now, what is this all about?
Well, this is just a routine visit, Miss Albright. I'm investigating the death of a Michael Layden. And some other related events.
I don't understand. What does this have to do with me?
Nothing at all, I'm sure. It's just that I'd like some information, if you have it.
Certainly.
Well, Miss Albright, Layden was a patient of Dr. Barnes.
If you say so, I didn't know.
I understand that you're a close friend of the doctor's.
I know him.
You're his fiancée.
All right, his fiancée. What about it?
Did Dr. Barnes ever discuss Layden with you?
A doctor doesn't discuss his patients with anybody. Besides, if you want to know anything about this Mr. Layden, why don't you ask Dr. Barnes?
He's not at his office, and the secretary doesn't know where he is. I'd like you to tell me where I can find him. Miss Albright, did Dr. Barnes ever mention anything to you about a mask?
Pardon?
A mask. An ancient tribal mask.
I can't follow you at all, Lieutenant. First you talk about Layden, then about a mask. It's beyond me.
Miss Albright, I was hoping you'd want to help. You might also be helping Dr. Barnes.
But I don't know anything.
I've got a hunch that you do. Any bit of information might help.
I'm sorry, but you're wrong. Dr. Barnes is a psychiatrist, and the mask was linked to his patient. He may have wanted to study it.
Dr. Barnes was aware of the mask. Layden had discussed it with him at length. There's a legend about that mask, Miss Albright. It does things to people, to even the nicest people. The legend states that the mask can hypnotize a man and bring out the evil in him. Bring it out and magnify it.
Suppose the mask does what you say. What happens? If a person has no evil in him to be brought out.
Is there such a person? Miss Albright, I came here because I thought that maybe you could help. There's a chance that we can avoid further trouble, maybe even save lives. You know, I don't do this just to bother people.
I'm afraid I can't tell you anything.
Not can't, Miss Albright. Won't.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, too. Bye.
Put the mask on now. Put the mask on now.
Dr. Barnes. I'm afraid I had to cancel tomorrow's appointment. I couldn't find you all day to confirm it.
What are you doing here at this time of night?
I came in to type some case histories. I had nothing better to do, so I thought...
Do them tomorrow. I'll drive you home. That's the least I can do. Besides, the air will do you good. It's too nice a night to be cooped up in an office.
Thanks, but I think I'd better not. I can easily take the bus home.
Nothing doing. I said I'd take you home.
Doctor, I'm worried about you. You look so worn out. You sure you're not working too hard?
I'm flattered at your concern. Jill. You know, whether your hair this way, it makes quite a difference.
Thank you.
I mean it. I should have noticed before.
I'm glad you've noticed now. I'm so glad you insisted on bringing me here.
You know, it's strange. You work with someone for a long time. You never notice. You never do anything about it.
I've wanted you to.
Don't talk. No words. Just hold me. So warm. So soft.
Allan, I can't breathe.
So alive. I want you to help me understand the mask. I should have come sooner. I feel that even now it may be too late for me.
Unbelievable. You, my most brilliant student. Now you're in the same position as Layden was only a few days ago.
I don't need you to tell me that. You weren't even listening to me.
Allan, sit down. Relax. I've been listening for 20 years. Now let's be reasonable about this. You know that nothing happens by sheer accident. There are always reasons. We must try to find the reasons for your behavior.
I'm sorry, Professor. I don't know what I'm doing anymore.
You've experienced a tremendous shock, Allan. Body and mind must recuperate slowly.
But that's only part of it. I want you to help me to understand the mask.
Isn't the problem rather one of understanding you?
No. I said that too. I tell you, this mask has power. I've experienced it. Now I want to know why and how it works. Think of what that would mean to the world of psychiatry.
World of psychiatry? You're asking me to enter the world of the mystic, of the occult.
Yes, if you want to put it that way.
What about the authorities? You stole that mask, Allan. We'd be working with stolen property.
I'll return it when our studies are finished.
Allan, you're asking for trouble. This sounds like a matter for the police, not for doctors. That is, if there is something else to what happened to Layden and what is happening to you.
It doesn't matter.
You mean to say you intend to put that mask on again?
Yes. And no one can stop me.
Allan, wait.
I'm doing the right thing.
You'll help them?
Yes. But only under controlled experimental conditions. You will see me every day. You hear? You will not miss one day. As long as you possess that mask, you will come to me every day.
Thank you, Professor.
And one more thing, Allan. When you next put on that mask, it will be here, in this house, under my observation. You can live here if you like.
Agreed.
And listen, Allan.
Yes?
We put a time limit on this experiment. When I say no more, you will obey. And there will be no more.
That's reasonable.
Reasonable? It is not reasonable. It's the action of a man crazier than you are. All right. I'll see you tomorrow.
Well, it seems that Allan has gotten the support and aid of his mentor in his research of the mask. But will this push Allan further down the path to the deep end? But before we find out, let's talk about the 3D films of the 80s, beginning with the film that convinced Hollywood to start making them again. That film was Comin' at Ya, a spaghetti western which was a success and opened the floodgates to a new era in 3D films. Horror films were the most common in the 1980s resurgence, like Friday the 13th Part 3, Jaws 3D, Parasite, Amityville 3D, Silent Madness, Rottweiler, The Dogs from Hell, and a re-release of Andy Warhol's Frankenstein. Other films included, in no particular order or genre, The Man Who Wasn't There, a re-release of the softcore romp with the Swedish butler saw, the hardcore film Ménage à Trois, Treasure of the Four Crowns, Middlestorm, The Destruction of Jared Sin, Star Chaser, The Legend of Orin, and Space Hunter, Adventures in the Forbidden Zone. But again, the 3D resurgence did not last long and wrought its welcome within a couple years. But 3D waited to start anew, but just had to wait for digital projection and real 3D to be perfected in order to make a comeback. Suffice it to say that these days there are not as many 3D movies being released, but at least we will still have 3D, even though not as big as it was in the past. The House of Grym will return with the mask in a moment.
The movie fantasy of yesterday is now the terrifying film experience of the future. For technical reasons, the preview you are about to see is not three-dimensional. Be assured, Parasite is the most gripping and frightening movie you will ever see. And in 3D, you will be part of the terror. You are about to witness the future. Be warned. It is a shocking sight. 3D, the ultimate sensation of visual art, now creates the newest, most terrifying form of fear, Parasite.
That thing on your stomach.
A new strain of parasite. When it reproduces, it will cast millions of microscopic spores into the air.
Just move your legs towards me real slow. Real slow.
Experience the living, breathing, terrifying vision of modern 3D. Parasite. You have only seen the preview. In 3D, you will live the film. Parasite. The first futuristic monster movie in 3D. Parasite.
Welcome back to the House of Grym and the feature presentation of The Mask, as Lieutenant Martin and his co-workers spitball opinions about the Layden case, or are they just doing this because they have a glazed look in their eyes because they're addicted to donuts? Let's get back into the film.
I tell you, this whole case has gone nuts. First the mask is gone. Then it turns up. Then it disappears again. Now Dr. Barnes is gone.
There's got to be a pattern to it somewhere. It all has to do with that mask.
I think Dr. Barnes knows more than he's telling. Maybe it was for research.
Research? Oh, come on. That doesn't make sense. Be
All
serious,
right,
will
okay.
you?
Maybe he wants to imitate Layden.
Hey, Bill, you got something. Look, Layden had the mask. Now, he could have committed murder, any one of those girls, then killed himself. Barnes himself said he was upset, disturbed. Now, maybe Barnes wants to experiment, and he needs the mask.
Hey, Dan, do you mind breaking up this coffee break for a moment? I want to show you something.
What, now?
Yeah.
Okay.
There were literally hundreds of fingerprints in that museum office. Whole sets of them.
You think these are the ones we want?
Yep, according to what you told me. This set was found in some of the display cases and on the window panes. Tells the whole story, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Well, have fun.
Thanks.
Got any leads, Dan?
Leads? I got a whole list of leads. Name of everybody who knew about the mask or came in contact with it. There they are.
Dr. Allan Barnes, you can forget about. He's off somewhere.
That's one guy I'm not going to skip.
Yeah?
You know, when I talked to his fiancée yesterday, I had the feeling that she was covering up enough lies to fill a boxcar.
Well, your hunches have been right before.
Yeah, but a hunch won't stand up in court, will it? I think I'll go down to his office. When I come back, I'll have a set of his prints. You check the cab drivers, will you, and everybody else?
Yes, Master.
Stop eating. You're getting overweight.
Sorry to barge in this way. I had to see you. I had to talk to you. Allan, please turn on the light. Mask. Then it was you.
Yes, it was.
Why, darling? Why?
You still have no idea, do you, Pam?
I think it makes sense.
This is not just a mask. It's a dream, a hope. The hope of man to know what his mind really is, what he really thinks.
I don't understand.
No, of course you don't, Pam. You're very sweet. Very innocent. I love you very much. I always will.
If you love me, don't go on with this.
But I must go on. I must know what is in the human brain, places that man has never reached before.
This isn't the way, darling.
But it is the way, the only way. If you knew what I've already seen, what I've already learned.
I don't want to know. It's evil.
You'd better go, Pam. You better go now.
Is it that bad, Allan? That you have to get rid of me? You have to take the drug again, Allan? Is it like an addiction that builds until every pore of your body craves for it, screams for it? Is that what you feel, Allan? A need for the mask? A need to satisfy the beast that's eating into you? And when you put it on again, what will it be like? Like a shot? A jolt? A charge that cools your burning body. Will it lift you up and carry you along until you're ready to be plunged down again? Deeper, deeper, each time deeper until you die.
Shut up, shut up!
Tell me I'm not right. Tell me that you're still the master of it. That you still have the power to walk away from it. Free.
I've tried to stop, but I can't. I don't want to.
Allan, your hand. The choice isn't yours anymore. Unless you give up the mask, I'm going to Lieutenant Martin.
You do that,
I'm trying to help you, darling.
you destroy my work.
Allan.
You destroy me.
What can I do, Allan?
Trust me. For just a little while. A few days.
No. I can't anymore. I'm going, Allan. I'm not coming back.
Pam, wait. Pam. Pam, I went to see Professor Quincy last night. I promised him I'd return today. I wasn't going to keep that promise. But I will now.
And the mask.
We'll take it along. Quincy wants to study it. Sometime tomorrow.
No. Now. You need help right now.
No, Pam. Tomorrow.
Allan.
All right. Let's go.
How much longer will he sleep, Professor Quincy?
Through the night, I should think. I gave him quite a strong sedative.
I'm very grateful to you, Professor. I was desperate. And there was no one to turn to except the police.
I understand, Pam. But Allan isn't a criminal. He's on the verge of a complete breakdown. He'll need lots of rest and help.
But you do think he'll be cured? I mean, in time. He'll break loose from the influence of that thing.
In time? Yes. But that thing, as you call the mask, is still a mystery. It puzzles me deeply. I hardly know where to begin.
Then how can you help him?
Pam, man is constantly faced with the unknown, the inexplicable. But through study and experiment, he learns. Look, Pam, this book. Masks, the Many Faces of Men. This is a translation from the Greek written 3,000 years ago. You see, the legend of the mask is not at all new. Even then, they believed that masks had magical powers to transform personalities. Now, listen to this. Just a minute. The personality of the wearer is submerged, then transformed into a person with voice, character, and governing motives different from his own.
It's incredible. A person being made to do things against his will.
Not exactly, Pam. You see, the mask itself has no thoughts to give, no ideas to convey. The legend is that it has the power to bring out the suppressed thoughts and ideas of the person wearing it.
You mean the way Allan acts? What he does was in his mind all along, just waiting to be released.
It could be that way. Of course, I shall have to analyze Allan and the mask much more thoroughly.
So the mask is not evil. It just allows evil thoughts from the wearer of the mask to rise to the surface. Such as it is. Will Allan let Professor Quincy and Pam help him, or is he too far gone for anyone to help? We'll find out the answer when the mask returns on the House of Grym after this.
In a distant galaxy, the darkened caverns of a cruel world hold the secret to a fantastic adventure. A quest to free a world from slavery and the universe from tyranny. A quest for truth, dignity, and freedom.
There is a world above, a magnificent universe to which you can return if you have the courage.
A quest for Star Chaser, the legend of 𝐲𝑅.
Thousands of years ago, on some obscure planet, a primitive chess computer was the first inorganic mind to beat man. In a few hours, I will be calling checkmate in the last such game the humans and their kind will ever play. This, you are but a weak piece of flesh. Tell me, 𝐓𝐶𝐶, what is the secret of its power? You know, and you will talk. 𝐓𝐶, you are mine.
Adventure of all time is here. The search for truth, the battle for freedom, an immortal struggle against the forces of evil. On an incredible journey to the edge of imagination and beyond, the legend lives on in a thrilling fight for survival. Star Chaser, the legend of 𝐲𝑅, the fantasy experience of a lifetime.
Welcome back to the conclusion of The Mask here on the House of Grym, where we ask the question, since Allan is being monitored by Pam and Quincy, would that prevent him from using the mask? Well, it's a horror film, you should already know the answer. You'll see if you're right as you get back into tonight's film here on the House of Grym.
Allan. 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 What is it? Allan. Go back to your room.
Allan, please.
Get out of my way. Listen, Allan. You're not well. Now, please, go back and rest.
I'm telling you to get out of the way. Oh, look at you. My dear friend. My own sweet true love. Rotten, both of you, rotten. Trying to hold me, to stop me. I hold out the knowledge of the universe to you, and you spit at it. Get out of my way.
Allan! Allan!
department, please. Lieutenant Martin in homicide. Oh, he's not in. What should I do now?
Give Allan's description. Tell them to pick him up.
I can't. He's not a criminal, not like that. You said so yourself.
You must. Or we may be taking a terrible chance.
It's Allan. Allan Barnes.
Anything wrong, Allan?
No, I have to talk to you. Won't you come out?
But it's very late.
I must talk to you. Please, Jill. Please, it'll only take a few minutes. Please.
All right, wait a minute.
Please tell Lieutenant Martin that Miss Pamela Albright called. Yes, it's extremely urgent. No, I'm at the home of Professor Quincy. Wainwright 9, 6293.
Allan, please tell me, what is the matter?
Look at the stars, Jill. Aren't they beautiful? Look at them. Because you will never see them again.
Don't joke, Allan.
No, I'm not joking.
What are you going to do?
Kill you.
No. No.
I must. I must experience the greatest act of a human mind. To take another life.
No!
Hello? Oh, Lieutenant Martin. Listen, it's about Dr. Barnes. Yes. Yes. All right. I'll do just as you say. Thank you. And please hurry.
What did they say?
He wants us to take the mask and get out of here in case Allan should come back.
And the police?
Lieutenant Martin is on his way. He's not far.
We must hurry.
I'll find the mask. I'll be right down.
Allan, where are you going? Get out of my way. Get out of my way. Go on, Pam, put it on. Then give it to me.
Stay away from me!
I want you to learn about this mask. I want you to put it on.
No.
Yes, I want you to have the greatest experience of your life. I want you to descend to the bottom of your soul. I want you to discover the desires and fears of your mind.
No.
Come on, Pam, put it on. Tell me what you feel. Tell me, Pam, you do see.
I see you, Allan.
Tell me.
I see you, Allan.
No, you lie. You lie. You lie.
No!
Tell me the truth!
It is the truth!
No! No!
Are you okay?
Allan. Allan.
Now here, ladies and gentlemen, is the famous mask. The mask was first discovered at the 𝐓𝐷𝐿 diggings this year. That's near the South American city of 𝐓𝐇𝐄 𝐇𝐎𝐔𝐿. Now, if you'll follow me across here, just behind this alcove, please. Here we have some more artifacts that were dug up by the expedition that may be very interesting in relating the story of the mask. Now, most of the discoveries were masks, but these little statues are very interesting and point to a certain purpose. The authorities say that these discoveries at 𝐓𝐷𝐿 are some of the greatest archaeological discoveries of
After seeing the conclusion to the film, I have a question. Where's the resolution at? Lieutenant Martin sees Allan choking Pam and knocks Allan out, and that's it? I mean, does Allan go to jail? Does Allan go to a mental institution? Or does he go to rehab to get the addiction out of his head so he's not a killer anymore? Of course, the obligatory sequel setup with another poor soul being enticed by the mask was a given. But if you're like me, you will also want to find out what happened to Allan, but alas, that is a question that will never be answered. Don't go anywhere. When we get back, we'll go to the 1940s World Fair for a historical look at an assembly of a car that doesn't bore. Keep your 3D glasses handy. We'll be right back.
Hold on to your seat. Hold on to your date. Hold on to your popcorn. The ultimate 3D movie is about to blast off. Space Hunter. Adventures in the Forbidden Zone. The first 3D space movie. Starring Peter Strauss as Wolf, an intergalactic adventurer. And Molly Ringwald as Nikki.
What the hell are you?
What do you think I am, you scrawny nerd bag? I'm a woman.
Together, they must enter the deadly Forbidden Zone and rescue 3 beautiful women from the planet's ultimate evil, the Overdog.
I like her. Works every time.
I'll bet breeding with us would kill him.
I'll take that bet.
Columbia Pictures presents an adventure unlike anything you've ever witnessed before. A whole new dimension in excitement. The ultimate 3D experience. The first movie that puts you in outer space. Space Hunter. Adventures in the Forbidden Zone. In 3D.
And now for a bonus piece of 3D material. In 1939, the first commercial piece of film shot with the Polaroid 3D process was presented at the New York's World's Fair. Titled In Tune with Tomorrow, stop-action assembly of a Chrysler Plymouth proved to be so popular that it was remade the next year in color under the title New Dimensions. Then RKO Pictures got the rights to the short and released it in 1953 under the title Motor Rhythm. And that's what we're going to look at now. So put on your 3D glasses. Here comes Motor Rhythm.
Listen to that motor hum, listen to that motor hum, listen to that motor singing smoothly, soft and low. Every chassis gets a body, sedan or coupe. So we'll build an all-steel body in a color gay.
Well, we come to the end of another show. If you have any questions or comments for me, reach out and send me an email at thehouseofgrim@gmail.com. I'd like to thank you all for watching, so until next time, happy viewings!
The ritual mask, its power still strong, a memento of his travel that he got for a song. He got it for a song. He got it for a song.
This is the best 3D I've ever seen.
I've seen better.
And coming soon on the House of Grym.
In a world of death, in a world of nuclear destruction ruled by evil, where the good are hunted and trapped like animals by a depraved society, where an evil messiah kills the innocent and weak. The only hope is to fight back against death and disease.
Now we can stop playing games.
But freedom has its price, and the price is to run a race. Welcome to the death run.
Welcome to hell, Jenny.